What's going on, guys? I'm Dead Koalas.
And I'm ZBLDS.
And I'm Matt, and this is Titanic Inspectors.
Yay.
Amazing! Oh, oh, the humanity.
Hey guys, this is episode 8 of Titanic Inspectors, finally.
Woo!
Yeah, I know you guys have been waiting patiently. We finally found a good time to record. So here we are. And can you guys guess which Titanic that we're reviewing today?
No, it's impossible. I've masked it too well with my racial
We have to
streamers.
find out.
Okay, well, for those of you who don't know, if you look at this board here, it says, "Thank you for downloading Dead Koala's Titanic." Yes, we are reviewing my Titanic for the season finale.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yes. Oh, we need to introduce our guest. Oh, no, we already introduced our guest, Matt, right
Yep.
here.
I
did.
asked the special guest.
Always forget about that intro.
I had to fight lions and monsters to
So
yell.
pick your seat, gentlemen.
Right.
It was well worth it,
You
though.
wanna...
I guess I'll go in front. So.
haha. Oh.
I don't care. I'm going back. Oh, there we go.
All right, guys, here we go.
Ready?
You ready?
Okay.
And we're off.
Glitchy minecarts. Glitchy.
Yeah, really glitchy minecarts. Ooh, looks like I got... I'm coming around the mountain. Yep, I just said that.
We. All right. And
Just
there it
pass
is.
through like a shadow version of yourself.
Oh, yes, while we're riding the minecart, we should say that this version of my Titanic is the very
original.
first Titanic. It's not available for download anymore. But do you want to care to explain why we're reviewing this Titanic, or this version
Sure,
of it?
it was my idea originally, because we knew that we wanted to review Dead Koala's Titanic, but we also wanted to make it fair for all of the people that, we've reviewed through the season by, how we've been reviewing everyone's, like, first Titanic, or first tries, or first attempts at it. And so we decided it would only be fair to do the same for Dead Koalas.
Yep.
Everyone's on an even playing field.
Yep, so...
Where did the special guest go?
I don't know, he vanished.
Yeah. You guys glitched away from your minecarts, and I thought you went to the bow, so...
No, we were still in it. It just...
The, YouTubers, faithful loyalists to this channel, it is finals week for all of us, and I don't know about you guys, but I am extremely tired.
Well, I already graduated from
And I just
college,
finished
so...
finals not too long ago, so...
Well, I just did my Spanish 2, like oral exam, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
You have to
sorry about
talk
that.
in front of everybody. Like, I don't mind Spanish, actually. Like, it's like a
No
really
me gusta.
It's okay, because, like, I'm pretty good at it, but I just really don't like talk, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like final
Alright.
exams.
Alright.
Okay, cool. So let's start off with the bow, as we always do
Yes.
with these reviews.
Quickly before you start, just letting you guys, viewers, know, I'm not going to be really reviewing this. It's going to be up to them. I'm here because it wouldn't be fair for me to review this. So they're the ones who are going to be actually explaining things. I mean, like doing the reviewing. So go for it, guys.
Without further ado, okay. So, right off the bat, a couple things that are a lot extra that we don't see on a lot of Titanics is a lot of the rigging and stuff. That's just the first things I would notice when I first loaded it up. And then also upon further inspection, not that anyone would ever notice this, but because I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into the ship, I actually found out that both halves of the port and starboard side are actually different.
Yes,
They're
they
not
are.
completely symmetrical.
Yes, they are.
So-
That was...
So he would be referring to both halves of the hull,
yeah,
the lower section of the ship,
are not
but
identical.
being not identical.
Yeah, that was... I don't know why I did that. I was just trying to... Because I was following the pattern with the way I made my hull. And instead of...
We should move up onto the mast area up here. And one thing I do want to point out is that the mast height is actually a little too high compared
Yeah.
to the rest of the ship. Because it only should go a little bit above the rest of the funnels.
Yeah.
So.
I'm very
Okay.
odd when I was building this. I built up to the correct height, but it just seemed it was like it aesthetically looked really, really,
Really short.
and I'm like, there's no way. So I kind of fudged it and raised it up a bit.
Yeah.
But after looking at it, ZBLDS is right. It should be much lower. But again, you know what? People like it, and I'm not going to complain. It looks decent. So anyway,
It does.
what are you guys doing next?
Guess we should move down onto the lower kind of cutout area. Working on some.
Well deck.
And the hatch covers are, I mean, they're there, but they are kind of a different style than what they were on the ship.
Mhm.
They would have a brown base, or in this case, you chose yellow for your inside portion.
Yeah.
So it would have yellow base and then curve up slightly up top.
Oh, and one more thing. This ship again. I built. Remember, when I built this ship. God, back in Alpha. No, I started in Alpha, and then like sometime early Beta. So the ship's gonna. How can I explain this?
A lot of limitations.
Yeah, I had a lot of limitations on this version of the ship, so that's why there might be things that you know. Oh, why didn't you do this? Because I didn't have the time. So that's what I know we discussed. You guys are going
One
to take
thing-
into consideration.
Yeah,
I know
he's got
the forward well deck is like the yellow hull stripe. We should also see like it shouldn't be the yellow hull stripe color we're seeing. It should be a kind of an
Brown.
offset brownish. That was called it's not the anti-fouling, like it's similar to that color, but it's more brown. But that is like it would kind of come halfway up,
Mhm.
like it is, but it would just be brown instead of that yellow.
Yeah.
yellow.
All right. So, what do you guys
Then
do?
we're going to take a little bit of a detour because there is a lot more to see than our regular reviews.
Yes, and we're not going to get to do a lot. Not going to get to do as much as we can on this because we're trying to keep this video short. So,
Yeah, and I just opened that for later. Okay, so
Alright.
let's come here. Guess we don't need to see much of that. Come down here, though, to the spiral staircase that would go down for the crew, or firemen, in that case. So they
okay.
could get
These
down to the boiler
this
room.
takes you through a large portion. The bow section was primarily a lot of like the crew, at least the lower decks were for firemen, people that were gonna
Yeah.
be shoveling the coal and doing a lot of the backbreaking work.
Yeah, and in the case of third-class passengers, it was for single men.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we should show off one of the crew rooms
Yep.
here. And
The
one of the
trimmers.
things I do notice is that the wood is floor, or that the floor is wood.
The wood is floor.
The wood is floor. I guess that kind of makes sense, but not in my case.
Yes,
It
it's.
should actually be on the Litosio
Yep.
flooring.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
And actually, I think when I built this section, what deck are we on? D deck. Yeah, this is D deck. So if you
yes.
guys watched my tour video, this is the very first deck I built. And if you want to know an explanation why, I'm not going to explain it now. It's a long story. There was no such thing as colored wool, so wood was the only thing I had to work with. So yeah, I started building this ship that far back. Believe it or not, guys.
That makes sense then to like build it out of what you had available.
Yeah. So where are we going now? Are we?
More firemen's wash place. Yeah, we're gonna go all the way down just to get that out
okay.
of the way.
True.
But so probably if a lot of people always wonder about the sinking, probably if you were to stare down the spiral staircase, it's probably one of the areas where you'd first see flooding.
Yeah.
Able to be visible water, which is
Go
interesting.
down fireman's passage, and I do notice that the ceiling height is only 2 down here.
Yeah.
That is because that takes into consideration what deck? Lower Orlop deck.
Full overlap. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and it's again, I'm not going to go into it. It's really confusing. I think I explained it in my Andai tank top tour video. So watch that if you want an explanation. Anyway,
Check the boilers, and he does have the little
Catwalks.
catwalks upstairs. Thank you.
although these are not accurate, I know there's more. Don't go ahead and say, "Oh, deck of walls, your ship is perfect," because it's not. It is
All right.
not by any means perfect.
I like the uptakes. I do.
Oh, thank you.
The boiler uptakes just kind of took the excess smoke and from the burning coal and sent it to the smokestacks. And a lot of models that I looked at really don't have those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work, as I've
It-
learned as well.
Yeah, it was really tricky. I mean, I know I had to, and I couldn't just copy paste because each section of the
Gets smaller.
it's just slightly different, and to copy paste would make things really difficult.
Yeah.
Also, you guys are getting ahead of yourselves. There's a mistake back here. We have to see every
What?
mistake.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, we gotta see every mistake.
Yeah, the boilers over
What's
here
that?
are
Oh,
right here. As you can see,
yes.
they are only single-sided in
Yeah.
boiler room number 6, where they should be both double-sided.
Yes.
Boiler room number 1 is
One.
boiler room with single-sided boiler.
Oh, these ones only have one too.
See, guys, I'm not
I
perfect.
didn't notice that. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Oh
actually,
wait, are you
since
going
we're
the wrong
down here-
way? You're going the wrong
Yeah,
way.
I was. I was like, actually, that's the wrong way to go.
All right, let's continue on. We don't need to see all the boiler rooms or.
They're
They're
pretty much all
they're
the
pretty
same.
much yeah, they're pretty much the same.
Unless
Yeah,
you want
for
to
the
get
most
into
part.
high detailed
One
Nope.
thing do you notice is
schematics.
there's not the fire escapes for some of the men. I'm not sure if I'm missing rooms.
I don't think there were any in. Oh wait, no, were there? In these boiler rooms.
Oh no, I know that, but in boiler room 6 and 5, I know that.
Oh, that was there. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
they
It is
go
there.
out
Although
of the
it's on the opposite. I just recently learned after looking on Mordice's ship, who yes, we will be reviewing in the future when he finishes it. When I first saw his placement of his ladder, I was like, wait, that's not right. But then I said, wait a minute, hold on. Mordice is never usually wrong. Let me re-look at the deck plans, and then sure enough, I'm like, oh, huh, I never noticed that.
Cool.
So
And move
anyway.
on to the engine room, reciprocating engine room, actually.
yes, and I know now that this. I thought that I was right when I first looked at this, but I know now that the floor, how can I explain this?
Goes into the floor.
The floor was actually higher, I think, and
Yeah.
the engines were actually lower.
Yeah, the floor actually raised up on the this engine room and the turbine room, or no, just the engine room, just this reciprocating one.
Hmm
And I believe that was for if like any water or anything, it would like kind of roll off into the other boiler rooms. You can see it on blueprints where you see the double bottom. It kind of bumps up in this room.
Yeah, and we actually just discovered as well, if we go into the turbine engine room, that the floor actually sank back down when you got towards the back.
Yeah, it goes down, which is it's tricky to see, and not many people see it. But again, I recently noticed it, and I'm not gonna bother fixing it in my ship because that's just a lot more work. And I'm like, you know what, not worth it.
Something to mention though about the reciprocating engines
Oh,
is that on the ship, on like at least Dead Koala ships, like you'll notice that there are a lot of scale issues because like scale's like probably like the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
But it kind of works out here because like the reciprocating engines were really tall, and when you walk into
Yeah.
this, they're like really intimidating. And on other ships, I noticed they're only like one level of catwalks, and here there's 2 levels.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of engines, and they seem to be
A little too short.
sometimes, yeah.
These seem to have the right feel of magnitude to them.
Yeah, I was a little concerned when I was building this that they would be too tall, but after I built them, like, you know what, this actually the whole scale looks correct. So, continuing on.
To the turbine engine room, and the turbine engine room actually is,
a little.
I mean, it's a little messed up.
Yeah, I know these two side compressors, which is where the steam would come in, and the compressors would compress and then put the steam into this engine right here,
Yeah,
which
the
then
turbine.
spin it. They should be raised up off the ground and not flat on the ground. But when I was looking at the deck plans, I mean, I did not see a 3D view of it, so I had
Right,
to just,
you only get a top-down view,
And
Yeah.
so it's hard.
This
to
turbine is around the same height as the reciprocating engines are.
yeah. So it was really difficult to just build this. So I went off base just guessing mostly.
Yeah, and they're really very limited pictures of like these
Yeah.
lower.
I mean,
Yeah.
again, until I got the two Titanic Magnificent books, I had no idea. Now that I see that, if I were to go rebuild my Titanic again, I would make it much more accurate.
awesome.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen, guys. Don't get any luck because I'm really busy. And I've done it once, and I'm not really going to bother doing it
Not
again.
gonna do it again.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
Electric
look at these
engines.
awesome electric engines. They are so awesome.
They are
So awesome that it doesn't even matter how off they are because it's like perfect.
Yeah, again, the same issue. I had a top-down view of the electric engine. I'm like, I have no idea what these look like. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a total guess.
Google's your friend.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
here's
I should have looked it up a little more. But see, at this point, this is the last deck I built, and I'm so close. I'm like, I'm so close to finishing this ship. I don't care anymore. So,
Huh.
I mean, if I assume you guys have if anyone's building a ship, if you're close to it, you know how that feels. You're so
Yeah.
close to finishing it, you're like, I don't care anymore. I just want to finish this ship.
Except for More Dice, who has been so close and
Yeah.
then just completely started over.
So close. Oh, you mean that one block is off? Oh well. Restart.
Let's just erase it.
Right. All right. So I say we go back
Pipe
up
tunnel.
now.
Yeah, that's
Do
pretty
one of the-
much it. Except for
So-
if you want to go
Yeah.
through.
So
base
here
tunnel.
is an escape hatch.
This is one of the escape hatches. I think we're going. This lead up to E deck, I believe. Oh. I believe so. Maybe we should. Do you want us to cut straight to
Yeah, let's cut back up to where we need to be.
All right then. So we'll see you guys where we're going to the
Going to the bridge.
bridge. All right, guys. Meet you there.
Chance.
All right. Now we're here, guys, at the bridge.
In the
So-
bridge.
Go ahead and.
Look at that
View
fancy
away. That is a fancy wheel.
It is, isn't it?
Fancy.
You know, when I was actually no, this I initially had this design. I knew I was gonna do this because I saw other wheel designs and they just looked huge. I'm like, I was not gonna do a whole block just for a wheel, especially in this scale. I mean,
Yeah.
on Mordice's ship it works because the scale, it works for the scale. But on my ship, I'm like, there's no way I can do it and make it look decent. So I just kind of decided to do it on a sign. And actually, I was gonna make a joke and put on the sign, insert wheel here. But when I was doing it, I'm like, you know what? I can try and do like a line art of whatever kind of artwork that is of a wheel. Anyway,
Dead
go-
Koala's the artist.
oh, I know.
Also, you should patent this telemotor design because everyone uses it, and you're the first person I ever saw that used this design.
Really?
Yep, it's like everyone copied off you for this.
Copycats? No,
Ev-
I'm just kidding.
I know. Just
I
to like
should patent it and get
copyright Dead Koalas 2000.
and get money. I'll get mad money off that. I
Yeah.
got so rich.
One
And
thing about the telemotors is that they should all be in like the same line. There shouldn't be two set ahead or two set back.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure what that. I think you're right.
I think they're offset slightly, like very slightly, but I don't think they're that much. But
On the scale, they wouldn't have been.
yeah,
But
They
I
would've
decided
been
to make them
quite
offset
fine.
just to kind of give a little
Yeah.
bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Add some
then
depth.
I'm able to pass through the bridge here where there should be windows.
Yeah. So,
Steak. Speaking
The
of
wheelhouse
that,
is pretty cool.
wheelhouse.
Has the right. This would lead. This hallway leads into the officers'
Oh, yeah.
quarters.
These buttons don't do anything. Don't start to me. Don't say, how do you start the... I have so many people ask me, how do you start the ship? Don't... None of these buttons start the ship. They're
guys, there's secret. You flip this lever 9,052
Up, down.
times, and it starts the ship. So all of you guys that are like, how do I get the ship moving? That's how you do it.
It's the
just-
canonical.
why would you
Pro
give away the
tips.
secret? I was trying to make it so that no one would figure that out, but now that everyone knows...
Just tell them it's the Konami code. If you know what that means, then they deserve it.
Yeah, if you guys know what the Konami code is, I will.
Back in the day.
I think if you alright, comment on this video if you guys can tell us what the Konami code is. We will give you a shout out in our next Titanic inspectors.
Oh, that's awesome.
What are you afraid to go through the door there?
No, I don't know. I don't want to get in front of the shot.
All right, so why don't we
There.
continue on
Hey,
into? Don't want to spend too much time here.
floor here should be tile.
It should be. Again, I took a guess. I'm like, green? Sure, why not? That works.
ZBLDS.
Elevator gears, which actually look pretty good.
Yeah,
Like-
I kind of threw in some
Oh.
random blocks to make them look like mechanisms.
That's awesome.
Also, anyone wondering what these rooms are, they were
Oh, yeah.
actually first class rooms. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yep, let it be known.
This whole like little pavilion was like reserved for officer.
Nope.
quarters.
Not
These
this one.
rooms
These
were
were.
Oh,
ESRYXT. I don't know what letters are. I
Yes.
don't memorize this stuff.
That's funny. I labeled crew only there, huh?
I don't think it was labeled that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, moving on to the
but
The grand
staircase.
Yeah.
Je vous revois.
Before they changed the texture of the dispenser, it looked kind of like a clock, but now it looks like
Yeah.
an oh
But
my
now
gosh,
it looks
like a
like
devil.
he's shocked.
yeah, an oh my gosh face. So this doesn't work anymore. Again, in my new ship, you see an actual clock there.
The
And then the
same
dome up here, which is gold, it should actually be black. Well, some sort
Yeah.
of black.
This was one of the things I was really kept me from like releasing the ship a lot of times because I wasn't sure for the first time. I wasn't sure exactly what to do because if I used black with the size, it would look too
Black.
dark. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
it should be kind of yellowish because glass just looks. It just didn't look good as all glass.
Yeah, this does give that kind of, grand chandelier kind
Yeah,
of feel.
kind of. That's kind of why I did that.
Maybe
Chandelier.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, and also this is also before all the different colored wood was out, so that's why I just
Right, and
has-
and newer versions of the ship are updated.
yeah.
It's not,
All
So
right.
you got these pillars here, look good.
So,
I suppose we should hit the other
First
key
class
features of the
hit
ship.
these really, really quick. Don't want to spend again too much time here. So,
Reading
oh,
and
someone's
writing.
asking me about revolving doors. I'm
They're
sorry,
really
I don't remember your
challenging.
name. And you asked me how to make revolving doors, and I wasn't sure if you meant like an actual revolving door, because you can't make this revolve in Minecraft. You can't do that. But to do this, it's just basically 4 doors in each direction. Like you have 4 blocks here. It's 1 door on each block, basically facing in the orientation as you see. So there you go. There's that tutorial.
Take quick tutorials.
Yeah. So quick look at the reading and writing room, which
I like it.
another carpet should be pink.
One thing I like
Pinkish.
is that
Yeah,
these little
pinkish.
tiny windows here are accurate, somewhat accurate to the real ship, because they just peeked out over boat deck.
Yeah, and I know
Yeah.
with the scale that you had, it was tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
pulled
yeah.
out.
Hmm?
You pulled that off, which is astonishing.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure exactly how to do it, and I didn't think it would look good, but it actually looks pretty good the way I did it.
This is pretty cool back here.
Oh
Cool.
yeah, I added that in actually once it came out.
Since we're close to the grand staircase, do you guys want to touch on the baths and the swimming pool?
We should.
Yep. We will.
We should actually meet them there. We will. No, actually, no. We'll go down to deep. We should do the on our way down. Actually, we'll go to the dining salon,
Okay.
and it's on our way.
Unless you,
Hmm?
we don't need to touch on it. I guess it's fine.
We'll
We
go-
touch on every other ship.
I don't know on this ship. We just go really quickly, like explain that.
No,
I'm-
I was talking about
What?
Bruce's maze room. Fancy.
Oh, that ship. We can do it really quickly if we want.
Yeah, but since we're down here already, we should cover this.
So
Oh.
really quickly,
Reception
guys.
room. The carpet is wrong.
Yes, it is, and
Hmm.
it should not be the same in the dining hall.
It shouldn't
either.
be dining
Different than the dining.
And the colors in the dining hall are totally off,
Yeah, it's
as I
blue,
know.
yellow, and red tile.
But it's wonderful.
Man, who built this Titanic? This carpet sucks.
It looks like a like some candy or something.
Candyland.
Kitchen really quickly.
Yeah.
All right, this is a.
You can explain this sign
All right.
like.
But
I'll be really quickly about this, guys. Then we'll cut to Turkish baths and swimming baths. Anyway, so yes, this is the kitchen. Being a chef myself, this to explain to you guys here. This is basically the pantry in a sense. All the food that was already cooked would be brought in here and placed in the bain-maries, which is just a thing of boiling water to keep them warm. The waiters would come in here. The chefs would be behind here plating and decorating and garnishing all the plates. They would come in. The waiters would pick up the food, walk around this way, grab all their drinks and water and all their utensils and stuff, and walk out there and serve the people. So that's what that is.
I thought
This
they
is-
serve drinks first.
well, they do, but if they're like pitchers of water if they want refills. All the stuff
Yeah.
will be accurate. So this is not a wall. For you guys, I think this is not a wall here. It's actually like a
Vent.
And actually, I don't know why I put this here. This really shouldn't be here. It's just a table almost. And coming back in the kitchen really quickly, this I think is my pride and joy of this Titanic. At least my ship is that this one I put a lot of time and effort into this because
it looks like from the pictures I've seen in Titanic Ship the Magnificent, it looks really accurate.
yeah, there are a few things I would change, but this is basically what it was. This is, I don't want to go. There's not really much to explain inside a kitchen. You just you cook inside the kitchen, so that's all
There
it
should,
is.
yeah, there.
Oh,
I
and
can count this. There would be a vent here above the ranges
Yes,
that would
there-
go straight up through.
yeah, and there would be a vent over here actually too.
Oh, yeah, there would be.
So anyway, why don't we? Do you want to
Cut to the
cut to the
Turkish baths.
Turkish baths,
Uh-huh.
guys? All right,
Okay.
we'll meet you there.